Monday meeting with the team this morning, what did you talk about to keep the players focused in the next 2 weeks?
Well, I always talk facts, and I always tell them the reason why I'm here. You know, and I'm here to serve as a mentor and someone to guide them beyond football. And I pointed some things out. So I kind of broke down the days as far as, you know, when you come to college, you play a 12-game season. Let's just talk about the bare bone minimum. No bowl game, no training camp, you know, none of those things. Well, you have 12 weeks for 4 years, okay? What's that? 336 days. So with those 336 days, those are 336 Saturdays or Fridays or Thursdays. What you have to understand is you have an audience. And, you know, I kind of reflected on some of their favorite artists. And I say, you know, you've made your artists, you've put them in the position, the Jay-Z's of the world, you've put them in the position that they're in because you're their audience. Now, you should have an audience because you guys are still performers and people still show up and they still want to see you perform in front of them. So what are you doing with that 336 days? Some of you guys only have 14. Actually, not even 14, you have 2. And so I tell them, you're only as good as your last game. And this is what I told them today. Let me put it bluntly put. But the beauty of it is you have 2 more games to put on display your best. I said, you know, I know there were a lot of harsh feelings coming into the season after such a tumultuous start. And, you know, there were some players that felt like, well, you know, the way the season ended and we had so much support, you know, when we beat Oregon. And I said, I want you guys to remember this. I said, you got to remember, it's what I'm telling you. You're only as good as your last game. So your last game was Arizona. And the thing is, moving forward, you have 2 more to change and reshape and refocus what people think about you because that's what they're going to remember. They're going to remember your last performance. So with that being said, because you need to be able to take advantage of your 336 days, which is less than a year. Right? So you guys think that you're going to come into a college program and you have all this time. In reality, in fact, you don't. So with the last 2 days that some of you guys have from your 336, what will be the effort that you put forward? And then within that effort, because again, it's not always, and my philosophy is never the players. That effort has to not only be at practice or Saturday in translating. If there's something that you need from a coach that you're not getting, now is the time. It should have happened a long time ago, but now it's time for you to be vocal about it because at the end of the day, everyone has to be invested in players. So you need to be able to approach tonight and tonight's practice, Tuesday's practice, Wednesday's practice with the attitude and standpoint is that I am going to put forth my best. I'm going to demand my best from each coach. I'm going to demand my best from each teammate. We have 2 opportunities. And for some of these guys, some of the seniors, that's all they'll have. And to be honest with you, what do you want to leave? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? I told them that someday some of them will have children, right? And someday their children will have friends. Maybe they'll have daughters, they'll have sons. And some of the friends of their children, their parents will be Cory Hall, right? Their parents will be Adrian Peterson. Their parents will be Randy Moss. And the environment in which, because now you're on this stage and you have this audience, the same audience that you provide these performing artists. Now, what are your children going to say about you? What do you want their memories to be, and what do you want to be able to pass down and tell them? Right? I mean, Adrian Peterson's daughter and his son, they're proud of the fact that that's their dad. But you have the same ability. You have the same opportunity. You're on the same stage. This is where it starts. So you have to take advantage of each and every one of those 336 opportunities. Because if you let them just pass by and you have regret, that will be a piece of you that will linger forever. No one is going to remember you for this record, right? At the end of the day, it'll be forever engraved, but they will remember you for turning it around, fighting back, beating Arizona State, and then beating the Ducks. they'll be able to say that, and you'll be able to have those things to share. Now, looking beyond, well, some of you aspire to play on Sundays. Well, you have to understand that actions speak louder than words. So in Monday morning's meeting, I was honest with them, and I opened my door, which my door is always open, but I just opened my door to really talk to them, because I've been in this situation before as a player. I've never been in this situation before as a coach, and I understand that there are questions that start to circle in the minds of players, and what I needed to do was to dispel all the negative thoughts that may come along with that, because everything is not a negative. Out of every negative, there's something that there's a positive that you can take from it. And so the positive is you have two more games, and what will everyone remember you for? What is the effort? What is your contribution going to be? And I just let everyone know that, again, I'm as invested in the players as they are themselves. And so I expect their best. I expect their best effort. I expect their best attention. Everything, because in my mind, I'm an elitist. And, some people have an issue with how I act on the sideline. Well, I'm different. And if you wanted something carbon copy, then you should have got something carbon copy. I don't think like that. I think way outside the box. And so I want to instill that in their minds, because I want them to be able to control their own destiny. And with how they perform, they have to understand, each individual player, all 11, is that they have to be responsible and take ownership in the things that they do. But they also need to have the ability to hold those around them accountable as well, coaches and players alike. So that's pretty much, I know it was probably longer than what you expect, but that was Monday morning's meeting. It was about the 336. What did you do with the other days, right? Because that's less than a year when you really think about it. That's not a lot of time really that you have once you come to college to play Division I football. So I kind of shared the reality of things. I kind of brought it to the forefront, and it was quiet, because you can see that there were people processing and thinking about it. Like Dwayne Williams. Yes, you're a junior, but no, you're a senior. Bright. Now you're a junior, you're senior. Elu, you're not a sophomore, you're a junior. 2 weeks from now, you're a junior. And so, what you do is you focus them on, I got to finish strong, not just for the seniors, but for myself, because time is ticking. And not only do I have to move on and forward with outstanding performances, I have to be a better manager of my time, here, and take advantage of it.